Box office success, of course, and critical appreciation, you've got the whole bag, really, pretty much, right? And Abhishek is now enjoying his afternoon siestas. He can finally breathe and enjoy his afternoon siestas, right?
Yeah, I mean, it has been quite a ride.
Yeah.
Especially the last 1 month. I mean, the entire film was quite a ride, but the last 1 month, nobody could have prepared us for. And we're all terribly pleased with the way things have panned out so far, and we just hope that it continues.
Yeah, I'm sure it's going to continue because from the, Alia had a lot of interesting theories about the box office, which I couldn't help but overhear with my big flapping ears. Do you want to tell us some of them, Alia?
No. I was just saying that I was told yesterday that apparently a good film always does 3 times its opening weekend.
Yeah.
So Shahid was saying, no, Alif, he will not probably do that because the audience is much smaller. I said, yeah, but still we may do somewhere in between or maybe lesser. I'm just giving a theory.
Yeah, just let your hopes soar because I think really honestly, did you expect, I mean, of course a lot of people had a lot of support which was coming forward, but did you expect this kind of support really?
I think the one thing that's unfortunate is that our industry doesn't come together enough. And that's something that has been an issue for a long time. So it was very overwhelming to see the fact that people felt the need to come together and fight for this film. Because essentially there are very few people who will benefit from it. So it was amazing. And yes, it's been a full bag, apart from a minor leak. I think everything else has been pretty full. A film coming out almost 48 hours before its release is almost like suicide. I mean, it's almost like you pretty much just put your hands up and say that, okay, we're done. And then I remember one day before the release, we were at a screening for the film. Me and Alia reached really excited. And then Diljit walked up to us and he was like, Paji, ab to cable pe dikha rahe hain. And he had this expression on his face and we all were just like, no man, what is going on? But then the weekend has been so good.
It has been great,
I mean,
actually.
it's overwhelming that people, despite that, have gone into the theatres.
You all have done so well, but if I can ask, Abhishek, if you have any idea as of the moment, obviously the film's done well and that's great, but how much better do you think it could have done? How much business do you think has possibly been lost, if you have any idea on that?
Well, apart from the fact that I'm terrible at maths, I'm not also a trade person. But
I'm sure maybe you would have discussed.
But you know
who's a trade guru?
Yeah, I know. Alia, how much do you estimate?
Trade guru.
I'm not a trade person. You are
Tell us.
Come on,
Calculation.
estimate.
I think personally it's been affected at least by 10% in India and by 5% overseas. Or maybe 5% here or 10%. Whatever, that's what I heard. But
10% is the average.
Between 15 and 20%. Now, I don't know mathematics at all. I don't even want to try. But imagine how much more we could have probably done over the weekend or just through the lifetime business.
And that's what we've heard as well,
Well, Alia is obviously very good with figures, but she's not calculating when it comes to her performances. She's just effortless and natural. We look at you and we see this, lovely, fresh young girl. Where does all this depth and darkness also come from?
See, everybody has depth and darkness, but I seek inspiration in every moving thing, whether it's an animal, person, movies, music, art, everything. So I'm inspired by good work and people all around me. You can never say where it comes from. Nobody ever said that, there's a little bank inside and I take from there. You can't. I've always played imagination since I was born. I used to always pretend like I'm here, then I'm pretending like I'm there. And I think that pretending has made me an actor.
I was reading on Twitter someone saying, Leonardo DiCaprio move over, Shahid is here.
I think the beauty of cinema is that I think you can compare any two actors in any two different parts of the world. Doesn't depend
That's
on
a good
whether
point,
they're a part of regional cinema or whether they are a part of international cinema, because a performance is a performance and cinema speaks louder than any language or any barrier. But yeah, that's great to hear. He's one of my favorite actors. Thank
Having
you
said that,
I would be happy for such comparisons.
Just send this interview to Martin Scorsese.
International. Sahi hai, boss.
and Abhishek, obviously coming back to you, it's, everyone was like, oh, it's a dark film and, deals with a dark topic. But, you're someone who manages to find the light in the dark as well. There is light at the end of the tunnel, even in a dark situation. Where does that inspiration really come from and how difficult is that to do sometimes? Because it's not always easy to see the light in a dark situation.
Yeah, credit to also goes to Sudeep, who was my partner in crime in the script. It was very important when we were writing the film to end it on a note of hope, because this is not this problem is not insurmountable.
Yeah.
If we really put ourselves to it, and in the case of these two characters, I mean, love really cures them, and that's true of drug abuse actually. Through care, through love and affection is how you deal with it. And that's why this love story is there. It's not just because it's Shahid superstar and Alia superstar playing it to romantic track dalo. It is because these are two people who are lost, they are drug users, and it is only affection and love that can cure them. So therefore it was very important for us to put a note of hope in the film that these individual battles can be won.
Absolutely. Love can cure all. I think those are great words to live by. In this very challenging last 1 month, what have been the words that you guys have lived by? Just short and sweet.
Let it fly. I read that somewhere and that gave me so much inspiration.
Karan
Yes, he did, right?
Yeah.
So, I mean, I think Udta was always meant to fly.
Always meant to fly.
Always meant to fly.